It's nice to see the hall full. Maybe when we started, the hall was half empty, and now it's nice to see the hall full. And again, I have the great opportunity of chairing the session along with Mr. Amod Kumar, IAS, Project Director of MNHN Projects UP, and Mr. Sanjay Singh, and then Nina. What I thought was we will just request each one of them to introduce themselves and say a few words about what work they are doing, and then maybe we will take up for discussion, and that would be better.
My name is Amod Kumar, and earlier I was working in the government, but now I have taken leave and working for an international NGO called IntraHealth, and I am heading a project in UP in the field of maternal and neonatal health. I have joined just 1 month back. Before this, about 5-6 years back, I was additional executive director in a family planning project that was funded by USAID. So that is my exposure to the health sector, apart from being collector in 2 districts in UP, in which you get to see all the sectors closely from the field point of view. In UP, what I was seeing the presentation, I don't think there will be any hospital which will have even half the things which he showed. And maybe I would learn from here how we can go ahead and try to modernize our hospitals, I think.
Hi, good morning. I'm Sanjay Singh. I'm basically heading the IT department of Sir Gangaram Hospital, New Delhi. And we are focusing towards the automation and modernization of IT or ICT industry, ICT in basically healthcare sector, and giving backups to medical informatics department for doing more and more automation towards healthcare, and yes, of course, towards the automation of other departments.
Good morning. I'm Anirudh Nene. I'm from 21st Century Health Management Solutions Private Limited. I'm founder, director, and principal consultant on imaging products and solutions. I should say I'm some of those lucky guys who studied something and they're still doing the same thing, because most of the engineers, if you see what they study and what they do actually in profession, most of the time it's different. So I studied in Indian Institute of Technology, and my focus was medical imaging. Even today I look after imaging solutions as one part, and at an organizational level, innovations for healthcare as such. Thank you.
Okay. Maybe before we again ask them to talk about what work they are doing, I thought I would give you a sort of a preface of what is happening in the technology front in India. When you're talking about technology in hospitals, maybe many of us, when we started the hospitals as early as about 1980s and 90s, we thought biomedical equipments were all alone the technology-intensive kind of equipments. Maybe once these biomedical equipments became bigger and bigger, became more expensive and more sensitive to environment, then we talked about huge air conditioning systems. We talked about centralized air conditioning systems. Again, they became highly IT enabled. Over a period of time, then came the so-called green initiative. People became very sensitive about the carbon footprint we are living in the world. I think now there is a complete relook about the technology in the hospitals per se. We thought that the large hospitals, particularly the maybe the for-profit hospitals, or maybe even the non-profit hospitals, are doing a great job only. But today we find the governments, the state government, the central government, they are doing wonderful job, particularly some of the states like Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka, maybe Punjab. They're all doing a wonderful job. They have developed their own health system projects, and they run to hundreds of crores. And now they are focusing on rural health, and I think that's a very interesting development, a very needed development that is happening. And I think we are trying to look at the large picture in the healthcare scenario in this country. And as somebody said, if you are going to leave the poor, if you are going to leave the rural poor, I think the others also will be in trouble. But what are the kinds of innovations we are talking about? What can happen in the healthcare sector in the next 10 years? I'm just trying to ask Mr. Amod Kumar IS, in UP, what do you think will happen in under 5 years? Maybe people like us who are in the southern states seem to be very fortunate. Our mortality rates are very low. Our morbidity rates are very low. In fact, life expectancy has improved. The amount of money we spend, the kind of technology we use is much better than even some of the Western countries. But I understand it is not so in some of the states like Bihar, UP, Madhya Pradesh. What do you have to say about it? And how technology can transform the healthcare in India?
I think this country has many countries in itself. On the one hand, there are states which have better indicators, SDI indicators, and they are very advanced and can be compared to developed countries. On the other hand, we have some of the northern states whose indicators are as worse as sub-Saharan African countries, and that is a great imbalance towards which our country is going. I'll keep myself limited to the health sector. I think in UP, next 5 years, as you asked me, what will be the scenario? I think with the NRHM, there is some hope. And NRHM is highly, I won't say technical, but highly management intensive, and administrative monitoring of NRHM is very good, and that is forcing many of the things to happen which could not have happened earlier. And UP being the 6th largest country in the world. So if UP were to be a country, it would be the 6th largest country in the world. And until and unless UP improves, India doesn't improve. And until unless India improves, world doesn't improve. And we will not be able to achieve MDGs, that Millennium Development Goal, by 2015 until unless we concentrate. The world concentrates on India, and India concentrates on UP and then the neighboring states of Bihar, MP or Rajasthan. As far as the patient care and hospital sector is concerned, I think the problem is not related to health alone. Health sector in general is part of the overall governance structure. Normally, many of the doctors and doctors turned administrator forget this. There are schemes which are working extremely well in the southern states, in Gujarat or in other states. When they are brought to UP or to Bihar, they fail. The reason is not that there was something wrong with the schemes. The reason is that any sectors, if the governance, overall governance is good, health would be good, education would be good, infrastructure would be good, everything would be good. If governance on the whole is poor, you cannot expect one sector to be ahead of other sectors. So you should see health sector as a part of overall governance system. That is number one. Secondly, I feel that until and unless we go for PPP, especially in the hospital modernization and area like that, because in UP I have seen there have been many efforts where hospitals have been modernized. Capital inflow and capital investment in health sector, even in the government sector, is not such a big issue. But the issue is its maintenance. Even if the people who are involved in the whole thing, they themselves don't like it, and they feel that they will be more closely monitored by this system, they will not let that system run for very long. So that is also an area I think if we need to modernize, I think we will need to go for PPP. And in our state,